My camera's adjusted properly. All right. Now we've got quite a bit of news today because a lot happened over the weekend and a lot of interesting stuff happened. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, first thing I wanted to go over today was the fact that yet another time, I was correct. Now, a little while ago, when this whole Nintendo Switch Online, whatever the fuck playtest was announced, I said, knowing Nintendo fans, this is definitely going to get leaked. I don't know how long it'll take, but it will definitely get leaked. Especially because they only let 10,000 people in. If they let 100,000 people in, if they let 10,000 people in, they put them all under NDA, doesn't matter. My prediction is somebody was going to do something like make a whole new Twitter account or make an anonymous 4chan account or something like that and post all the information anyway. Weekend or so after that playtest happens, I'm already getting an article from Eurogamer talking about details of Nintendo's mysterious Switch Online playtest leaked. Let's see what they talking about in here. Last week, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Skip the first couple paragraphs because that's going to explain the same shit that I said. Nintendo has announced new hardware, but it's not Switch 2. So what's the point of alarm mode? Don't give a fuck. That's tag stuffing. All right. Images from documentation sent to program participants have been shared on social media. They allude to an almost MMO sounding game which features blocky Minecraft-like worlds. Okay, I didn't hear about that. I heard that they were playtesting something and that everybody was, like I said, supposed to sign an NDA. And I heard about some MMO Pokemon thing that was supposed to be happening that's not happening from like another video I saw. But I didn't hear about the Minecraft-like worlds blocky part. I didn't hear about that, but players were reportedly told they would need to work together to fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and, quote, farmed resources with new lands, enemies, and resources appearing while players progress. Another image described, quote, special tools called beacons which would heal the land. Meanwhile, the playtest will reportedly feature a social hub in which players can interact with each other. So far, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not hearing anything that interests me in particular, but I can find some of this stuff interesting to like people who are fans of like Nintendo games and Nintendo properties or whatnot, but nothing that interests me in particular. The images as seen by Eurogamer's staff earlier this morning have since been removed from the internet due to a copyright strike by Nintendo. I don't know if that, wait, is that enough to show? Okay. Oh, so I can't go on a tweet. The images that can't be shown have already been blocked off. Let me plug in my phone. And this time, don't unplug it, girly. Because my dog, the female one, the Negro colored dog is under my desk. So, yeah. Anyway, playtest begins on October 23rd, so that's 2 days from now. We still don't know what the test is for. And this is all the publicly available documents. Wait, open image in new tab. Open image in new tab. Okay, it's only 2. Okay, so important. We request that you do not discuss or disclose content from either an NSO playtest program, test software, or website to others. That don't matter. You have to check off a box that says you read the NDA. People don't give a fuck. Okay, so you register, you get the code, you test the software, and then from your smart, okay, what? You have to log into My Nintendo from your phone, then redeem the code on your Switch. I think this is given 2 alternate methods, but knowing Nintendo, it's probably you have to go redeem it on your phone, then redeem it on your Switch to confirm your account or some dumb shit. Start the test product on your Sogan. Once the playtest period has begun, please start the downloaded test software on participate playtest period. Okay, so this is just the documentation that we saw last time, and like I said, the this is all the stuff that got nuked. Okay, and oh, like this person says, it's getting data mined and whatnot already. So my thing about this is I don't understand what the fuck Nintendo expected to happen. So like so far, exactly what I said was gonna happen. Somebody was gonna leak the software, somebody was gonna tattletale and say exactly what happened and what was going on in the playtest, which we're about to read in a second, is exactly what happened. Now it's a business. The way I think Nintendo should have did this, and by the way, I don't give a fuck about any of the corporations. I'm just talking to you, the viewer. Like, for y'all to keep business stuff in mind, for y'all to grow and educate, that's what I'm trying to do. Offer y'all some knowledge, and then y'all offer me some knowledge. So in a scenario like this, where you know you're popular, you have the legacy and whatnot, and people want to know your every single little move and are trying to get the informational drop on you at every chance that they can, right? What you do in a scenario like this is all the people. Why is command prompt open? What the fuck? Hope I don't. Oh, I know why command prompt is open, because I have something in my command prompt that automatically opens my my music player so that I could play music in the background on stream. What the fuck? That I could play music background on stream, and it was fucking up earlier. That was probably the command prompt telling me that it was fucking up. Okay, note to self, definite note to self. Anyway, when you know you have this amount of, I don't know, clout, for lack of better words, the way that you do it is everybody that you let play test and interact with your software, you get all of them like to go through an application process where they have to submit their actual legal government information. You have to put the name off your ID, you have to put your birth date and your social, so that if you leak any of this information, we can track down your name, track down all of your information, because we have it, and we can basically send a letter to your door saying, hey, we know what you did, fuck nigga. Come here, we got something for you. It's called a lawsuit, bitch. In situations like this, that's what you have to do. You have to make sure you have the proper paperwork in place so that when people violate the rules and terms you set forth, you can actually go after them for it as needed, as necessary. Because like in this situation, they obviously violated the NDA, which I said was gonna happen, but still. And by the way, this dude, hope Nintendo doesn't kill me for this. Yeah, that nigga's definitely in the grave. Anyway, the playtest is due to officially start. Elsewhere, Nintendo recently released its motion system. Don't give a fuck. Okay, so this didn't give us too many details, and the pictures already got nuked. But I more so brung this article up to show exactly what I said was going to happen happened. Now, what this dude fucked around did. Let me see if their account is still up. Where this dude fucked up is they posted it on their account, which, wait, hold up, let me take it off screen. I don't know what the fuck might pop up. Okay, we're good. So this person, which as you can see, I took a couple scrolls, and look, this person is active. This is like their actual personal account, which is fucking crazy for you to post this from your personal account. This person has been on here since 2017, so this is not a new account. I'm surprised Nintendo didn't nuke your shit, and I assume this is like a regular person who just uses Twitter avidly because their followers and their following are very similar. Like people who are content creators usually don't have that, but yeah, I don't know, man. I can't wait till somebody gives a full leak and fully shows us everything that happened and everything that they did and whatever they're like planning with the playtest, whatever game they're planning. But we're not gonna see that officially until about, I'll say, the 25th to 26th. We'll see a leak, because usually this type of stuff gets leaked same day, or like people who are data miners have to take a long ass time to dump it on their system and then go through the files and report the interesting parts of their findings that people would actually care about. And then after that, it takes about a day for it to get discovered and whatnot by like larger outlets, and then get everywhere and get distributed. So If it comes out the 23rd, by the 26th, we'll see it. If it comes out the 24th, by the 27th, we'll see it. Like I said, give it a day for it to get on 4chan or whatever the fuck. Then give it another day for big outlets to catch it. Golden. Going from, oh, hey, two multiplayer things. I just put these side by side because I wanted to go from Nintendo to Steam, but we're going to talking about one multiplayer thing that they're trying to keep on, that particular company is trying to keep under wraps, to going on the opposite side of the spectrum and talking about something that this company is trying to actively promote and get more people to learn about. Steam Next Fest. Multiplayer focus aside, the Steam Next Fest demo charts reveal the weird unpredictability of PC gaming. Now, the PC gaming crowd, now if it flies, then it doesn't apply, right? But generally speaking, people who play on PC tend to be more informed gamers, because a lot of people who play on PC understand that PC gives you the most bang for your buck. Games are cheaper. You have mods, you have multiple storefronts that you could go to and buy stuff on. For example, Xbox, you either walk your ass to Walmart, but most people don't buy games physically. So digitally, if you want to buy an Xbox game, whatever the fuck price Xbox says it is, that's how much it costs. Versus on PC, you have gray key sites. You have the alleged way, which I don't encourage all of the time, but like, if it's a major game and you want to try it out before you buy it and there's no official demo, go ahead, sale. But if it's an indie game, I'm promoting doing that, unless, like I said, there's no demo. But with indie games it typically is, and you want to try it out, and after you play it for an hour or two, if you don't like it, delete that shit off your system, gang. Indie devs are fuck the big corporation. Indie devs, them smaller dev teams where it's like 15 people on the team, don't steal from them. If you want to get the game to try it out to see if you want to buy it, and then whether you like it or not, you go from there. That's cool, that's okay, that's fine, that's dandy. But if you want to play the full game off the alleged version, nah bro, I don't support that. But there's the yo-ho-ho way. You could go on Good Old Gamers, you could go on Epic, you could go on Steam, you could go on itch.io. Like I said earlier, you could go on gray key sites. There's other sites that will resell keys to you for a discounted amount. I don't know how that business plan works, but just make sure that you're going to one of the legit, like, trusted, verified things. Whenever it comes to like get like the actual experience of the game, it's more adjustable in terms of like frame rate. If you prefer more frame rate or how pretty it is, the max level of great that you can make it look is very wide, because if you have better hardware, you can make it look significantly better, or you can make it run significantly better. Or if you have the most amazing hardware, you could get both the best worlds. Versus on console, you would either have to choose, one second, versus if you are playing on console, you have to choose either performance mode or graphics mode, where on PC, if you got a good enough PC, or if you adjust the settings right, you could get 120 frames at 144 FP, 120 frames at 1440. I mean, I said 144, that would be terrible, at 1440. So, you know, also that, and legally, it's easier to get free games on PC, because Steam, even though they don't give away the best stuff, it's always giving away free games. Epic, even though they repeat games sometimes, they're always giving away free games. itch.io just has a lot of free shit. Any type of HTML or Flash games. On top of that, you have emulators, ROM dumping. So like PC, just I'm saying all of this and trying to make y'all understand and be aware that PC gamers have a different type of taste. Console gamers, you can pretty much predict what their taste is. Statistically speaking, if you bought a console, you probably play Roblox, Madden, 2K, Fortnite, those type of games. Which, I'm not saying that that's not playing a game, but those, even if you're into the competitive side, those games are more casual than something like even a Lethal Company, which isn't a crazy hard game or nothing like that, or a crazy game. It's just a game that if you put it on console and PC at the same time, the PC versions would succeed more, because they have a different taste, because their taste develops faster and harder on average, because people who play games on PC tend to play more games or play more games in a hardcore type of way. I say that to say it makes sense that they're saying that PC gaming and what we enjoy is very unpredictable, because there's like, let's say there are 30 million gamers in the world, right? And let's say out of those 30 million gamers, 10% have PC as their main platform. That is, damn, wait, hold up. I can't math. 10, where's my percent key? I never use that shit. I legit, 10% of 30 million. That's 300,000? No, that's my dumb ass. All I had to do was move the fucking comma. Okay, so if there's 30 million gamers in the world and 3 million of them use PC, and again, as I said, if it flies, then it don't apply. 3 million of those use PC. The specific taste of those 3 million people and the taste amongst those 3 million people will have a much more wide array of different tastes than people on console. Because when you're playing on console, it is way harder to get a game there. So most of the games you're playing are probably AAA games that have been heavily marketed, and you're playing a heavily filtered, neutered, and curated experience. Now, that doesn't mean that good games don't come to console. That doesn't mean that there's no indie games on console, so on and so forth. It's just in the 3 million, for this example, and the 3 million people that play on PC versus the however many million people, 3 million versus 30 million, that would be what, 27 million. So out of the 27 million people that play on Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation, their taste will be easier to predict and easier to like figure out. But let's see what they found out. Is there a chart or is it talking? It's talking, so we'll read through it. Skip this. At the top of the list, is returning tactical dad shooter. What the fuck is that? I'm assuming they spelled tactical wrong. Tactical dad shooter turned modern PvP shooter, Delta Force. Oh, I know what they mean, like boomer shooter, basically. Back in the late 90s, the first Delta Force was the big lads. Okay, I don't care about Delta Force. It's not my bag these days. There are only so many games featuring stern men in camo one can take in a single lifetime. I heavily agree, because me personally, the way I am, I grew up playing Call of Duty. So when it comes to new Call of Duty games, when it comes to new FPS games, you really gotta have something different or do something so significantly good, I notice it, to really appease and impress me nowadays. Because like the reason why I like the finals, and even now I'm getting a little bit tired of it because I've been playing it for like the last 2-3 months straight. I got over 100 hours on that game. The reason why the finals was interesting was because the movement and the way the game modes worked with the cash out and the way you got to defend the cash out and defend the platform. The way those game modes worked, it gives a unique feel in combination with the fact that traversal in that game is so unique and so expansive and it's so skill expressive. And the way that the 3 classes have their own different things that are simple, yet there's different pathways and different things they could do. That's interesting because I haven't seen that in that way before. Like I've seen games, FPS games with different movement methods and whatnot before, but I haven't seen it feel as smooth with the finals, in combination with the fact that every part of every building is destructible. Because in Call of Duty, if you're lucky and you pick the right gun, you might be able to shoot somebody through a wall, versus in the finals, you put a couple mines down in the right place, you could bring down a whole building on top of somebody's head, funnel them out in the one exit, boom, get a kill like that. Can't do that in Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, you blow up a mine on the 5th floor, the 5th floor stays where the 5th floor is supposed to be. It's not going to drop to the 2nd floor. It's not going to go to where the 1st floor is supposed to be. It's not even going to drop to the 4th floor. The roof ain't going to explode. You put a mine down in a building in Call of Duty, that's it. But in the finals, you put a mine down, you might blow up a hole in the floor itself and take down the whole fucking floor. So I say that to say, I can take playing the finals because it does something different. It's very casual. The shooting is not too complicated or nothing like that. Versus Call of Duty, it's been the same fucking game. They may change. It's the same thing as I always say about 2K. Every 3 games they add a different UI and a slightly new mechanic that we already seen that is probably just the same fucking thing rebranded. And they say, yup, new game. They stop trying because they know we ain't gonna buy it. Same thing with this genre in total. A lot of the people in the genre are doing the same shit. I like when games try to do something different. Now, you don't have to try to do something different just to be different. Maybe you do something significantly better than everybody else. It's okay. Not everybody has to come up with an 100% unique idea, but there has to be some type of something that you're good at, some type of draw. A lot of these games, their draw is where another military shooter bringing back the feel of old school Call of Duty. All those servers are still active. If I wanted to play OG Modern Warfare, I could. Why do I give a fuck that you're making another Call of Duty Modern Warfare? That's why I always say, if it fails, then if it's like, why don't I just test? You're fucked. If it's like Call of Duty, why don't I just play Call of Duty? And if I don't want to play Call of Duty, why would I play something like Call of Duty? And if I, like I said, on the other end of the spectrum, if I do like Call of Duty and I do want to play Call of Duty, why would I want to play Call of Duty at home when I could just go play real Call of Duty? You know, that game just didn't surprise me. Like, I see the appeal, I get it. Those type of military man games will always have an audience, but I'm just not part of it. But seeing this throwback reboot snatching #1 is weirdly reassuring. Not because I'm Mr. What the fuck does that mean?
Jingoism.
Extremely patriotism, especially in the form of aggressive or warlike foreign policy. Oh, so basically saying they can't. Basically, like that stereotype of a blindly patriotic Southerner or something like that. I hope that's not a slur or anything. But like that blindly over patriotic dude, like, yeah, the president can do no wrong. They better not take our guns. Like basically that type of person. But because like so many of these demos, multiplayer focus aside, it's very much doing its own thing. Oh, 1 second. Where was I? It's got some of the hardcore vibes of its originator, but then there's the twitchy shooting and a bunch of operators with abilities. Okay, so it has classes. Super Vibe, which R Blank was very keen on, is sitting around the 2nd spot. What is Super Vibe? Have I heard of that before? Yeah, let's look at the trailer. Let's see what this game is about. Okay, another FPS. How fucking fun.
Wait, behind us. Guys.
This shit looks like Paladin. Oh, it is a MOBA. You ever wanted to play Paladins top down instead? You ever wanted to play League of Fortnite? Well, here you go.
These guys.
I like the character designs. At least the art style is cool. Because like, all jokes aside, it doesn't actually look like Fortnite. It's just funny to say it.
Where are we?
But yeah.
The shop real quick.
I need armor. I'm coming to you.
There's a whole team. You gotta go through that wall. Oh no.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of funny that they have this exciting ass upbeat Brazilian funk type music playing in the background, bun, dun, dun, bun, dun, dun, and you have everybody on the game sitting there talking, playing like they're depressed, talk about some, wait, hold up, let me turn off my keyboard, talk about some, yeah, there's a team at mid, come to me, I need armor, yeah bro, I got one. Like, bro, like, why would you use people speaking their most calm, chill, inside tone voice? Like, bro, fire the editor. Whoever edited this, you had a good idea by adding real voice clips. You just chose the worst real voice clips to add. Like, look at how fucking cool and exciting and energy inspiring this music is. This shit is fire. This is some shit that you could play at an actual party or club event or something like that. And everything is... Yeah, bro. See the clips like that was playing right there where everybody was hyped. That's what you need more of. The incohesive clips of just straight pure excitement. That's what you need to show. Okay, that's cool and all. That looks cool. But just to show y'all real quick, let me see if they got the Delta Force. If there's the Steam page. Yeah, Steam page. There we go. Just to show y'all what the Delta Force joint looks like. This is what the game looks like. Fast forward. Let me see some actual gameplay. This is what this shit looks like, bro. This shit literally looks like fucking Warzone. This shit looks like Battlefield and a Call of Duty font. I'm not saying it looks terrible. It's just like, bro, I've seen all this shit before. Like, this shit looks like Battlefield and a Call of Duty font. That's it. You got guns where you can change the attachment, all that, blah, 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 blah. Just so y'all could see how vastly different those two games are. The first one, the last one we showed was a top-down team shooter MOBA. This one is a multiplayer, like PvE story type of situation, I think, going on. Two games that are vastly different from each other. Versus console, 2K, Madden, Call of Duty, fucking Fortnite. Call of Duty, Fortnite, they're very similar. They're both FPS games. One is just a fucking game engine at this damn point that you could connect to. Fucking Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Madden and 2K, they're different sports, but they're still realistic sports sims game. It's like, bro, if you played Madden 25, you've also played Madden 25. Same fucking game. Let's go back to reading though. Anyway, this is another one that isn't kind of my thing. To my uncultured eyes, it looks like something that would have come out back in the mid 2010s. Your eyes aren't uncultured. The fact that you're able to make this comparison and that is so accurate, this tells me that you're cultured. Give yourself some more credit. When everyone was trying to make their own MOBA hero shooter, the era gave us Battleborn, a game mostly remembered due to Randy Pitchfork's ridiculous tweet. Battleborn is FPS, hobby grade co-op campaign, genre blended. I'm never a liar. Battleborn did absolutely flop to the point to where, you know how that there's that stereotype of whenever a game is like a hero shooter or whatever, and it first comes out and you have to pay for it, like what happened with Concord, you have to pay for it, and allegedly they're trying to bring it back as free to play. You know who invented that model and why that I know that model has never worked and probably will never work? PUBG. But you know who did it the worst? Battleborn. PUBG, for those of you who don't remember, at first was $60 or so. It was full price. It was $60, but it was primarily a PC game, so most of the time it was like 40 to 20 bucks to buy the game. But over time, I don't want to say they started losing players en masse, but they lost a significant amount of their player base. So what they did is they made the game free to play to bring in more people into the ecosystem and just monetize cosmetics like they've been doing, because at that point they realized they was making so much money off of cosmetics that they could let a lot of people play the game for free and they would still be able to be profitable. So they did that. Battleborn, a lot of games, Battleborn, H1Z1, those are the two I remember off the top of my head, but it was a lot of battle royales in the beginning at first that followed this model, and the only one that did it successfully is PUBG. But I'll argue PUBG, their game didn't die. Their player base numbers started dipping a little bit, and they said, hey, wouldn't it be a cool idea? At the time, it was revolutionary. Everybody I seen after them did it, and they just ultimately wasted their fucking time, because I will never stop saying it. If a nigga wouldn't pay to play your game, it doesn't matter if you give it away for free. They're still not gonna play it. I forgot who said it, but there's a saying, you know your shit's ass when nobody wants to bootleg it. How, like, just imagine, and don't get me wrong, I've made some things that are ass, you've made some things that are ass. It's just a part of life. Eventually, as a creative or a non-creative, as a human being, you're eventually gonna create something that's some old bullshit, right? you as a person sometimes gotta realize that you created some bullshit and to let it go. A lot of these companies, because they invested money in this some old bullshit, they fall victim to sunken cost fallacy because they got a bunch of investors with their cock on the table like, hey, look up here. Look up here. I don't know why their cock is on the table in this scenario, but fuck it, we ball. Look up here. You fuck me, I shoot you. You fuck me over, I shoot you. And it's like, bro, they get in that type of situation and they get scared because if you don't pay up and pay dividends to them investors, they're gonna get mad and they're gonna want their money back. And if you don't give them their money back, which in this scenario you don't have it to give back, they're gonna be mad and they're gonna say, okay, whatever money you do make, give me this much. And then every investor is gonna say, give me this much, give me this much, give me this much, give me this much. You gotta pay them motherfuckers. And if you're not making enough money to pay them, you fuck around and find out. So I say all that to say, a lot of these companies, if nobody will pay to play your game and your game goes free to play, let it the fuck go. Battleborn, they dragged that shit out. They couldn't let it go. They took the game offline for a year, tried to bring it back, and they had the same shit that happened to Multiverse happen to them. Nobody wanted to play the fucking game. They lost their player base and they had to throw their hands in the air and go, look, we tried it. There's nothing else we can do. At this point, the whole company will be affected and go broke if we don't get rid of this game. Like, you know how in zombie movies, if you get bit on your arm, you have to chop off your whole arm before it spreads to the rest of your body and makes you a zombie? Yeah. Battleborn was getting to the point to where it was negatively affecting a lot of the company. Instead of going ahead and living life one-handed, because in this metaphor, the zombie bit them on the back of their hand. They could have just chopped off their hand and lived a fun life and just learned to write with the other hand. But they said, nah, I can't cut this hand off. I can't let it go. And it got to the point to where it affected their whole body. And they started becoming a zombie. And they did everything they could to try and keep that hand. But then it got to the point to where instead of just having to chop your hand off at the wrist, now you gotta chop your whole arm off all the way up to the shoulder, metaphorically speaking. It's like, bro, they should have let it the fuck go. But that's enough. Oh, shit. My bad for hitting the mic if that hurt your ears. But yeah, that's enough about that. For this to gain so much traction in 2024, well, I don't have it down on my Steam. Yeah, it surprises you, especially when you consider the fact that Battle Royale players have also, much like mobile counterparts, largely found their forever games. Fortnite and Apex Legends, even though Apex Legend is dying the fuck out because they're bending their player base over a table and hitting it from the back without consent, and people are leaving the game because of that. Also, if that's not what you have to worry about, you also then have to worry about how the fucking game is very, very shitty in terms of not monetization, in terms of security. They're doing their biggest events of the year and they're getting hacked. That's not good, man. You shouldn't be doing your event of the year to promote your game and then it's somebody on there hacking your top streamers and they have to completely cut off their computers and close out of games and shit like that to show people like, hey, bruh, this part I'm getting hacked. I'm not finna risk my $2,000, $5,000 PC because your security service in your game is shitty. Nope. Your Fortnite, your PUBGs, with those games eviscerating competition. Yes. You know why? Because they're giants. They did something unique at a great time. They was in the right place at the right time. They did something unique and they improved on there. They grew with the player base. As I always say about Fortnite, all of the negative things that I can name about Fortnite are negatives because they did one thing good so well it affected everybody else in a negative way. But clearly there's room for an upstart. I don't know about that. Just because this game gets popular on Steam, that doesn't mean it'll be popular everywhere else, because you got to keep in mind, like you said, everybody's already found their forever games, and there's a lot of times where people will pick up a game for a week on PC because we have such a different taste. We'll pick up a game for a week, play it, go, that was cool, and then go back to playing our regular game, which, as you call, is their forever game. So they're gonna go, play this because they're tired of League. Notice how it's different from League. Get mad and go back to League. Or they'll play this, be mad is different from Call of Duty, Apex or whatever, and go back to Call of Duty. Their pedigree no doubt helps. A lot of the team have Riot on their CVs. Then we've got Sternova. Let's see what this game talking about. Let's see if this is interesting. 5v5 anime shooter. You already lost me, but I gotta be fair. Give it a chance. You ever played Apex but wanted to buy skins with big old anime titties? We got you. The fuck is this? Yeah, we're out of here. We're out of here. Nope. 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 Imagine you shooting at a nigga and they turn sideways and turn into a piece of paper. That, I don't care if that's one ability in the game. That shit looks so fucking stressful. Rivals of Aether, yeah, we know about that. I'm gonna play that demo today. I need to play that demo today. Let's see what this game talking about. Rivals of Aether. I know I'm gonna play that game, but I know I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the demo now, see what it's feeling like, and then I'm not gonna touch it for the next 2 years because ain't gonna be shit to do in the game. Yeah, I was about to cut this trailer straight the fuck off. See how they only put that on the screen for a good 5 seconds, just in case somebody saw that shit and went, what the fuck, hell no? Because if I wasn't in the midst of talking, I would have paused this trailer, exited out of the browser window, and say, yeah, you got me fucked up. If the game is like that, but it's in 3D, I'm really gonna exit out this trailer. But so far, this looks cool and more unique in the art style. Also, let me turn the music off. Okay, so it is this in 3D format. Get this shit out my face. All right, what else do we have? Fast food simulator. Ooh. Oh, guys, look. This is what I be talking about with PC games. PC gamers have a different level of high tolerance for the most what the fuck, how is this popular fucking pieced together with glue and tape ass games. Look at this shit. Where the fuck is the gameplay? Why? Like, I never understood the idea, and this is gonna be in an upcoming video I talk about. Probably be at the end of this. I don't know. Probably be the Fortnite one. But the thing about this games like this, is like to watch somebody like a Dashi or a Belize, something like that, play this game is entertaining because let me run this back. To watch one of them play these types of games is entertaining because they're a content creator. You know, they make money off of it. They're funny. They're making jokes. They make it interesting to watch. But as like a normal nigga, unless this has co-op, as like a normal person, why the fuck would you on multiple occasions come home from your job, whether you work at fast food, retail, being an accountant? Why would I want to come home and work at McDonald's for fun? Like, what part of that is fun, bro? Niggas don't want to work at McDonald's for pay. Why would I want to work at McDonald's for free? Let's see what Glidori Mori is. Let's open up all these shits. I don't know. That's something. Let's see. Cleta. Any other trailers? The Precinct and this. We're just gonna go back to back and look at all these trailers, see what they talking about. Not gonna lie, this art style looks like a very at-home type of game. Is this VR? I played QOP in 2015. I don't want to play QOP with. I don't want to play QOP with stick figure knights. I'll pass, bro. I'll pass, bro. I'm good. Let's watch this game. Let's see what this shit is talking about. Wait, what? They added a what update? Wait, is this by the same people who made Lethal Company? Okay, so this is gonna be a co-op focused game. They added a sex update. All right, bro. Is this a Lethal Company update? Lethal Company with actual guns? Okay, this actually, see how And this one thing I always want to mention to those people who make trailers. See how in their trailer, they have it so that when the high action, high octane action parts are playing, the appropriate music is playing, versus in that other trailer, it was fucking League of Legends players sitting there. Oh wow, guys, this is so cool. Woohoo! The music and the clips playing actually match what's going on in a fucking trailer. And even more perfect, they cut in and change the music with the right kind of comedic timing. This, hey, editors, people who make trailers for these fucking games, listen up. This is a good trailer right here. High octane action part, high octane action music. I'm up. I'm interested. In the middle of that, they inserted something a little bit funny, a little bit comedic to change up the vibe. Went right back to showing you some of the gameplay. This actually looks more interesting than Lethal Company, in my opinion, because in Lethal Company, you just basically have no defenses. Every once in a while, you might find a shotgun, but that's it. That's literally it. You can use a shotgun and shine a light in people's places and people's faces and run away. I'm not a bitch ass nigga. I don't care. We go watch a couple minutes of gameplay. Hold on. We watch this random gameplay stream that they keep at the top of the damn tab. Is this person talking or no? Okay, no talking, just straight gameplay. Let's see what it's talking about. Wow, he's punching a fucking PS2 TV. I'm gonna assume that there's more to the gameplay and this is just a down moment. I thought I was gonna see some action, but whatever. Let's see. It already looks like a visual novel. You know I'm halfway uninterested already. And I know all you niggas is uninterested. Y'all don't like to read. It's a top down. Y'all really uninterested. This is Grand Theft Auto 1 with the skill tree. Get this shit out my fucking face. No. That's some shit you play for free. Yep, and it's exactly like I fucking predicted. No gameplay because the gameplay is a bunch of fucking cards. Yeah, we're out of here. I'm not trying to play a card game. I'm good. I don't want to read shit else about Steam Fest, but now that we're done talking about Steam Fest, let's talk about Steam Deck. Yo, I'll be planning the way that I'll be putting these articles together, like in what order I'm gonna like open them up and read them now, but I don't be planning the transitions. So that was genuinely smooth as shit. Now, I might skim through the article to see if there's anything more to what they're talking about, but Valve says it's, quote, not really fair to your customers to create yearly iterations of something like the Steam Deck. Instead, it's waiting for a generational leap in compute without sacrificing battery life. And this is one thing where I want to say, bro, I respect what we need more people like this in power and positions of power at these fucking studios, because a lot of these studios will make shit just to make shit just because you're gonna buy it. They're trying to make things that will give the customer an actual good experience, and that is always the first thing you should focus on. Because I put it like this: if I make a product that everybody wants, but I make the product as ass as possible, why should I expect anybody to buy it? Think of it like this: if I come to you to buy 24 karat, if I come to you to buy gold, right, and you have 24 karat gold, one 24 karat gold bar for $100, which is a gross underestimate, but I'm using even numbers to keep this explanation simple so it's easier for y'all to grasp without having to think all hard, because I know y'all watching this while taking the shit. You got your hand all types of in between your ass cheeks, up your ass, your shit is all in your intestines, trying to make sure you get everything out with that dry ass wipe. Never use the baby wipe on your ass because you insecure head ass. Oh, it's gonna fuck up my pH balance. Then find one that don't fuck up your pH balance. You already stink, you stink ass nigga. Anyway, back to the point. So let's say you come to me for gold bars and you pay $100 for one 24 karat gold bar. But let's say something like 2020 happens, and now I gotta up my prices and give you less. So now let's say instead of 24, I'm giving you a 12 karat bar gold for $100. I'm lowering the quality, but upping the prices. Would you rather buy gold from me, the person who's charging you $100 for half the gold you would have gotten a year ago, or would you rather go to the dude that has, I don't know, 24 karat gold at $110? He raised the price a little bit, and it's a little bit more expensive than it would have been in the past, but mass inflation happened. He's charging you 110 while I'm charging you basically 200. So don't up the price of your product if you're not upping the quality of your product. Make something new that's worth buying now, and people want to be a generation back or whatnot, or let's say they don't have enough money to buy the new, greatest, latest, expensive version. They can buy a system back, because the good thing about Steam is you don't have to worry about forwards and backwards compatibility, because it's just a matter of like, in terms of like forward and backwards compatibility, it's just a matter of if the game can load up on any Steam Deck, and if it's too intense, you can lower your settings down a little bit. It's no big deal. After a while, like, they might start to get obsolete, or it might be really hard to run games on, but that also just comes with anything that's been sitting there for years. Like, I have an OG Xbox that's been around since like I've been born, still works perfectly fine. Like the disc drive, sometimes you got to press a button 20 million times to get it to come out, but when it does eventually come out, it fucking works. Everything on the console works. If I pop a CD in that bitch, I can play music. If I pop any Xbox original game in there, I could play it. I don't have the DVD add-on, but if I did, all I have to do is connect it and pop in the DVD, and I'd be able to watch DVDs. But the computer I stream off of is a really old computer that has a DVD drive. I can put it in there. If I want to watch a Blu-ray, I have a PS4 at least, and I think Blu-rays also run on a PS5. So without yapping too much more, let's see if I can find a quote. You only have to look at the Valve Index VR headset. Okay. For reference, Yang said in his latest interview that it's important to us, and we really try to be clear, we are not doing a yearly cadence. We're not going to do a bump every year, he continues. There's really no reason to do that. And honestly, from our perspective, that's kind of not fair to the customer to come up with something so soon that's only incrementally better. Hey, yo, Apple! Hey, yo, Apple! Y'all need to listen. Y'all don't need to come out with a phone every year. There's nothing different. You're giving out OS upgrades that's on the last phone that I could access 4 phones ago. I know people right now with iPhone 13, iPhone 12 that's using a current iOS right now. Apple, you don't need to make a phone every year. It's disrespectful. All you do is make the camera a little bit better. Like, bro, Apple has been doing the same shit for so long. Long Beach Griffey, every fucking year on a timer, this nigga re-releases the same skit and just replaces the parts where he says 12 or whatever and puts the current iPhone number in there. The same fucking joke has been relevant for like the last 6 years, even probably more than that. What the fuck? Anyway, to keep going, so we really want to wait for a generational leap in compute without sacrificing battery life, because that does matter in a portable device, battery life, before we ship the real second generation of Steam Deck. But it is something that we're excited about and we're working on. This almost precisely said, ooh, mosquito, please land, please land. Bitch, you's a bitch. You's a bitch and your mama's a bitch. Fuck, I didn't catch it. Anyway, what did he say? He said it needs to be the right time and we have to have the right parts for it. So we really want there to be a generational leap in performance for us to be able to comfortably call it a Steam Deck 2 or something of the sort. We're really keeping an eye on chips and the APU. What the fuck is that? Search APU. No APU computer. Accelerated processing unit is a type of processor that combines both a CPU and a GPU. So I've never heard it called that, but I know what they're talking about. That's basically for if you're building, like, let's say a phone or something like that, and or any device where you don't have enough space to put in an actual separate physical GPU, or with the size of the device, because cooling, when it comes to cooling your parts, the size of what you're trying to cool does matter, because surface area physics is a bunch of other nerdy shit that goes into that I'm not going to go into. So when you're using a phone that has to be this size, big enough for somebody to put in their pocket, you can't put a GPU in there. So no, you're never going to see a phone with a fucking 4090 in it. You may be able to, like, I don't know, 20 years in the future see a phone as powerful as a 4090, but you're never going to see a phone with a onboard version of a 4090, because it just doesn't make sense. Makes more sense to, like he said, get an APU that has both the capabilities of a graphics card, whether it's through a physical like couple cores dedicated, or whether it's a software thing. Where was I? In terms of the power envelope, with performance, with battery draw, all of those things have to be in the sweet spot for a real move to a new chip. I agree. For us to make a second to a new chip, for why the fuck did you separate that? Fuck you, Ryder. Big Elliot then chimes in, we will be able to have a substantial performance improvement while sticking to a similar kind of power range and weight for battery life. That's also another underrated thing that matters in handhelds. Because keep in mind, whenever somebody's using a handheld, the idea is that they're going to be playing it, using it with their like just holding it in their hands, playing it in their hands. So how big it is, how much it weighs actually matters, because you don't want to hold fucking 30 pounds up for 20 minutes, 30 minutes straight while you playing the game. You sitting there feeling like you got an arm workout, you all types of tired. That's not fun. So weight is another thing that matters. And that's not going to happen next year or the year after that. It's probably going to be more than that. So what they're basically saying is, in the next 2 to 3 years, don't expect a Steam Deck upgrade. Basically, as far as this console generation goes, we're not getting a new Steam Deck until the next generation of consoles comes out. So don't expect even some nominal update to the Steam Deck this year, or oh wait, no, I read that part. I think that the next thing we're working on moving forward is the Steam Deck 2. I mean, at least we can be sure one is coming. Just don't expect it anytime soon, and nor should you have. Which I kind of agree with that sentiment, because the way Steam does things, Steam is a company that is founded by and still currently even ran by gamers. So like the people who work at Steam actually understand what people like us gamers think and how we move, how we operate. So they make things that actually accommodate us and our needs. That's what a company should do, regardless of how much money you do or don't make. When you meet the needs of the customer, when a customer says, I need ABC, and you can provide the best possible ABC that there is, that's all that needs to happen. Now, what steps you need to take, defer based on what field you're in, blah, 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 blah. But still, that's the goal at the end of the day. Customer comes to you, say, I want ABC, and you give them the best of ABC that you can possibly offer.